Ranking higher on Google is a bit like unboxing a new phone. When you unbox a new phone, it's exciting. There's so much promise there. It's full of good things. And of course, it's also sniffable. Was that just me? But this is exactly the way the new Google business interface works. It's got lots of changes, but I think you should be embracing it if you want to rank higher on Google. So back to the phone. The phone feels maybe a little bit different when you get a new phone. It takes a while for you to get the old data on there, to get used to the new apps, maybe some even new icons and new layout on your phone. Maybe the phone's got some extra ability to be faster, or it'll produce better results. Maybe the camera lens is better. Knowing it's going to improve in the long term is one of the reasons why you change your phone. So in effect, you just press on through it, knowing it's going to get better. And yet Google finds itself in a situation too, where actually it's made a really good change to how Google Business Profile now updates itself. And yet, most people aren't adopting this new process. So what we're going to do is encourage you to embrace it. And the reason why you should do that is because everyone else isn't doing it. And that may well be the advantage you're looking for to get a higher ranking in Google. And it really isn't that difficult. It's just a case of accepting that the old interface isn't really available any longer. This is the way Google wants you to update it. And they've done studies to show that actually it's a lot easier updating it this way. So before I go through all those little gems that you can do to update it and get ahead and get a higher ranking, there are just a few obvious things that you can do straight away. So first of all, do get rid of all those cards that are there. Now the majority are asking you to do something for a good reason. So if it's holidays, Christmas holidays, whatever, make those changes. If it's more a case of it's asking for a review, then consider trying to do that. But you may find there's one or two there that you just can't seem to do anything about. Well, there's no harm in just clicking on the little dots and clicking dismiss. And that's fine. You can dismiss the ones that don't apply. So if you don't want advertising, if you don't want to take advantage of maybe an offer they've given you, well, then you can just put that. If you've looked at the stats, then move on as well. But these cards are just good reminders to keep up to date on the things that Google's requesting from you. But you may ask, well, surely just doing that isn't going to get me higher ranking. And that's true. But actually, it reminds me of a story where everyone thought everyone else was doing it. So the story goes that a community got together, they were going to give some stuff to the poor, they were going to do it on a particular day at the end of the month, and everyone was throwing stuff into the pits so that eventually that pit could be unveiled and there would be all the extras for the poor to help in the community. So on the day a fanfare came along, trumpets blast, they reveal then what's in this pit that's for the poor, nothing's there. And everyone thought, well, I thought you were going to do it. And I thought you were going to put something in there. In fact, everyone thought everyone else was going to do the action and no one did it. And it appears to be the way. At the moment, people aren't updating their Google Business Profile, not because they don't want to, but because they just don't like the fact it's a change. And that's where you can get ahead today. So let's look at some more changes you can make that are going to get you a higher ranking. And these are the things that Google's currently rewarding. So head on to Zanet Design, or you can go to your business by typing your business into the browser. And then all you need to do first of all is clear these cards. So update your hours. Once you've done that, you can dismiss it. And we'll come on to get more reviews in a moment because there's something I need to tell you about that. But let's just work through a few of these other things then. You notice Google Posts, services, all these things are up here. So there's an important thing on Posts first of all. So you notice that you can add a product, you can see your offers here and add one of those, and also your posts are down here as well. And you can get to all those three things by just, rather than post now, it's just called add update. You click on that and you get the three things, the update, which was what was posts originally, the offer and the event. And all these are being picked up at the moment. So do make sure you have at least one of these every 7 days. Now add update, if you click on this, I'm just going to show you something else as well. So you can put in a description, you can put in then a link to wherever it is you want it to go to. But if you go to add photos, for example, this image here, okay, so there's actually no bug, but what you can do is you can now crop. And if you just wanted, for example, to focus on, say, this, then you can then do that, click save. And you now can choose how your image looks. And this is a new bonus that's just come through on photographs. So I'm not going to do that as such, but discard that. The new bug is actually when you do add photos, so I'll just try something different. If I just add a photo. It seems to be, there you go, server rejected. And there's a lot of this happening at the moment, so if you're getting that problem, that's a known bug that Google's dealing with. So they are updating photos at the moment. Logos don't seem to upload as well. So if you're getting that, then don't be overly concerned. It has been reported to Google. Right, the second area I wanted you to look at is services. If you edit services here, you often find that when Google wants to update, there's often an orange and you can accept or reject it. So just go through them, see whether they're applicable. You can add all sorts of categories. The idea is if you add something that's on your website, so for instance, I do Google Business Profile Optimization. So you click on Add Service, so Google Business Profile Optimization. And then that edit is pending, and then when that's checked, if they see that's what I do, then that will then go and it will then just disappear altogether. So that's a great way to get more information into Google. Google wants you to add services. It doesn't have to be something that they suggest. You can just add your services, but they should relate to what's on your website as well. So that's the key there. And you can put some extra information on that. So if I go back to that now, if it's accepted, which, like for example, the basic web design, that's been accepted. When you click on it, you can put a price on it. You can also put a description, so you get even more keywords, up to 300 keywords here as well. So this is just a really useful way of getting Google aware of what services you offer. And this is a growing area at the moment. So a nice little tip that most people aren't doing. Now, one of the other areas, if you go into Edit Profile, you'll notice that there's a section here where it speaks about your service area, and this is now changing. So if you enter in now an area, Google suggests the areas it thinks you should be wanting as a service area. Now, if you actually locate yourself and you're in that area and you can serve to those areas, then accept that as well. I think Google's recognised there's been a lot of confusion over the areas and the service areas. So this is now gradually changing, as you can see here. And one of the key things is just to try and keep everything unique to your business. Google was saying the other day that over 60% of the internet spiders is not unique. So it's rewarding at the moment the 40% that is unique. So take unique photos, produce unique offers, don't copy anyone else, and you'll see an increase in ranking based on that. Now, one of the biggest things that Google's just again looking to reward is that of reviews. So if I click on here, you'll see it says get more reviews. And then you can see Google is wanting you to basically get reviews, get people to review your business. And there's a simple, straightforward copy and paste link you can use. You notice it also offers for you to read reviews. The reason it wants that is to then so you can check to see if there's any that you haven't replied to. And then also you've got here ask for reviews again, which is another link to that particular shortcut. So as you can see, reviews are massively important to Google at the moment. If you want to know a trick of how you can improve in that area and get even more reviews coming through, then head over to this video. I'll see you there.